Firstly, I'd like to welcome you all this evening and thank you very much for being here. Even on a day to practice prayer or to practice meditation, there's so many of you, which makes our collective group focus very, very powerful indeed. Now, over the last few webinars, we have covered prayer in some detail. And today we are going to practice how to build the focus we need for prayer, so as to make our prayer experience more meaningful and impactful. Because if we take the time to pray, let us prepare ourselves well. And this is the part we will focus on today, is the preparation part, the practical side. Now, I urge you all, please do review the videos of the last two webinars, starting with the first one was, do our prayers get answered? This is a very out-of-the-box thinking type of webinar, which shows us and helps us understand prayer from more than the dimensions we may already know. And secondly, the next webinar is Unlocking the Power of Prayer, Cultivating Mindset and Focus, which was the one from last week. So please do watch these videos as you begin to practice the techniques we will share today, because they will enrich your prayer experience. Now, as I said before in the last webinars, everyone has their own method of praying, and that is something special and personal and unique to each one of us. The content of our prayer is also very personal and can be based on our culture, religion, or school of thought, including believing in the universe without any religious associations. And we will fully respect these two core principles as we learn to practice our prayer today collectively. Now, our goal today is how best to prepare ourselves and build focus for prayer. There are three parts. We start with the physical preparation, followed by the mental and spiritual parts. Now, many people practice physical rituals of cleansing before prayer. Others use incense and clean their temple and the energies around them, etc., etc. There's so many different physical ways of preparing for prayer. So these are all healthy personal practices. So we won't go into that. Everybody does it the way they wish. We will pick up from the mental and spiritual stage. And people can prepare the physical stage however they choose. So let us go through some basics very quickly. 1. Just like we prepare for meditation, we will start by letting go of all our worries, tensions, and emotions, and getting ourselves to a stage of pure relaxation. We'll go down to that quieter energy level. This step should bring peace to our being. So the word peace is an important focal word at this stage of preparation, and we will practice it. Next, we will connect with nature and its oneness, so as to start building our bond with nature and the universe for that matter. So the vast, beautiful landscapes of nature will be our focal point at this stage. So we will transition from the first part of the preparation to bonding and connecting with nature and its beauty and vibrance. Okay? And these stages occur very quickly. You can do it at any time of the day. Next, we will clear our minds of all thoughts and disengage with the material world, using the words release and empty as we get to the birdcage, and the word cleanse, because these are focal words for this step. Now, once we empty our minds, we are free of all thoughts. There is no past, there's no future. We are in the pure present, and the only thoughts that are permitted to enter our minds are our words of prayer. Okay? So that cage is empty, and you can only fill it with your words of prayer. It's almost like once you put your words of prayer there, the cage door closes. Thoughts try to come, they bounce off. Okay? So you create that very serene space in your mind that is protected. Next, the fourth step is to mentally and spiritually place ourselves before infinity through water, pure crystal clear water which is the lake in the mountains, representing the purity we seek for our own beings, and also representing our submission to our Creator who is infinite, because this lake flows into a river, which flows to the ocean, which unites with all the oceans of the planet, of this world. So that is pure infinity to us at a material level. There's nothing more vast than that. And so we are surrendering with humility to the infinity, to our Creator. So that places us in a very humble space, open and ready to offer our prayer. So this brings us to the final step, and we have to decide on two things right now. First, we have to think about the intention of our prayer today. And we will do this before we begin the guided process of building focus. Now, I will not provide any intention. You choose your own, and we will have a few moments of silence as you have time to think about it. What is your individual intention for the prayer you're going to practice? In the last webinar, I shared many examples of intentions, from personal matters that we seek help with, to the global ones for the betterment of our world, etc. Now let us take a few moments and think of our intention of our prayer today. And then, once you have thought of your intention, repeat this intention to yourself from within in your own words. So take a moment, close your eyes, and think of your intention. Decide on your intention for today's prayer as we enter that space and you have built the focus to offer this prayer. What is your intention? So close your eyes for a few moments and think about your intention. Okay. So, and remember that your intention for prayer will change from day to day, and even during the meditation, if an additional intention shows up, there you are. That is your purpose. So you've taken a moment to think of your intention, but it doesn't stop there. Your intentions are dynamic. In your prayer, while you're focusing on your words of prayer, another intention comes to you, fine. Then you switch your words to go with that intention, okay? Next, the last thing we need to do is, now that we've decided on our intention, you choose your own thoughts and words of prayer, depending on your individual beliefs with respect to your Creator. For example, if you are taking the religious path and your intention is to seek kindness and mercy of your Creator upon yourself, upon your loved ones, and upon the whole of creation, if that is your intention, for example, then you will use words that invoke attributes of your Creator, okay? Like, for example, God most merciful. That invokes the merciful aspect of the Creator, because your intention of the prayer is to seek that kindness and mercy upon yourself and all others. Or if you're practicing it from the Muslim faith, you would say Allah most merciful, or Krishna most merciful, or the universe most merciful. So you can choose to direct your words of prayer to whatever you believe. Or they can be words that you chant when you are at the temple or the mosque or the church, or the tasbihs that you take. Whatever you prefer, you choose your words. Now, for the practice, and we can probably today maybe focus on the mercy and kindness part. So I will use, as we start the practice, I will use the origin most merciful, because these are universal words that are not connected to any specific faith. But you don't have to follow those words. When I use origin most merciful and I will repeat it 3 times and then go silent, you will repeat your prayer words that you're just about to choose, or the tasbih, or whatever. And then we will take some time for you to repeat these words and engage and offer your prayer. Okay? So take a few moments, again, with your eyes open or closed, and think of the word you are going to pray with today. The word or the words? Okay. And sometimes what I tend to do is I may have a global intention beyond the selfish nature that we all have. Or I may be going through difficult times, and I need help. But what I usually do is often I leave the choice of my prayer words to what I'm inspired with. So when it comes to choosing the words, you either choose them yourself, or you set your intention and go silent, and the words will come to you. And they may be of a nature that helps you through your challenges, or they may be of a nature that empowers the whole of creation. So again, your choice of words can also come to you through inspiration as you practice and perfect this technique. Okay? And a lot of times, your higher state knows better what you should be praying on. So give it a chance too. And when you quieten your mind, it'll come. Now, in the last webinar, I introduced you to the process where you can start by repeating the words of your prayer in your mind at a mental level, and you keep repeating it like a discipline, and then suddenly go silent. And then in that silent state, after a few moments, you just listen. And you will find that with practice, you will start hearing the same words, but they're not coming from your mind. They're coming from your soul. They have a different energy. They have a very soft nature, and you just follow. And that form of prayer is also very enriching because they are coming from a source, the very source that you are addressing in your prayer. You don't have to go looking for anything. You are right there with your source. So we will practice that technique, and what I will do is I will go through the origin most merciful, and I'll go 3 times, and then I'll go silent, and you will pick up with the words you have chosen. And then we will take a few moments to practice this. And when it's time to go silent, I will prompt you to go silent. Maybe some of you don't even need that prompt, but for those who are trying it for the first time, I'll prompt you. Then we go silent and we take a few more moments so you can actually practice your prayer, having built collectively a beautiful focus that keeps that cage door shut to all thoughts. There's no past, there's no future, it's only the present, and the only words that are in that cage now are the words of your prayer. Okay? So with that, let us sit back, close our eyes, and breathe freely. Let go of all your worries, tensions, emotions. Let them all go. Breathe them out of your being and breathe in peace. And let your mind focus on the word peace. Take a few moments to let go of all your thoughts, worries, emotions, and breathe in peace and fill your being with peace. Be completely relaxed. Be at peace. Pure peace. And I'd like you to imagine you're standing on top of a beautiful mountain. The morning sky is blue. The morning sun is shining. There's grass everywhere, and there's dewdrops on the grass that are sparkling in the morning sun. Take a moment and look at these sparkling dewdrops at your feet and before you. They are so beautiful, so invigorating. They are light and water coming together, both key elements of nature. And then in the distance you see so many snow-capped peaks of other mountains. As you look around amidst the sparkling dewdrops, you see before you trees. You see birds in the sky. You see flowers around you. You are in the heart of a vibrant nature. As you look ahead, before you there is a large, crystal clear lake whose water is also sparkling in the morning sun. Take a few moments and connect with nature. Connect with its vibrance. Connect with its elements. Be one with nature in pure oneness. You are one with nature, one in its oneness. Before we move on, take a couple of moments and focus again on the sparkling dewdrops before your feet and all around you. Look at the lake and its sparkling water. So you have sparkling water from the grass, sparkling water in the lake, both elements of life, elements of nature. Take a moment to honor them. And now you start walking towards the lake, taking in nature completely into your being, as if you too are part of that scenery that lives in you. And then when you get to the lake, on your right-hand side, you see a tree stump that is the height of your waist. And on the stump is a golden cage, large golden cage. And this cage is filled with beautiful, colorful birds, very small birds, flying around, noisily chirping away, creating chaos in that cage. The cage is your mind. The birds are your thoughts, and it's time to let them go. So you open the door of the cage and allow the birds to fly out noisily away from you and into the horizon, where they disappear. So take a few moments and repeat the word release and empty. Release and empty. Release and empty. Keep repeating these words as all the birds begin to leave the cage. Release and empty. Release and empty. The cage is now empty. All the noise is gone. Everything is silent. Your mind is empty and silent, for the chaos is gone. But you see in the cage the residues left by the birds, just like emotional residues left in your mind. And you wish them all to be cleansed out as you repeat the word cleanse. 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 The cage is now completely clean. Your mind is completely clean, free of all thoughts. There is no future. There is no past. All those thoughts are gone. You are only in the pure present. And the only thoughts in the pure present will be your prayer words. With that, you start walking into the lake. And you stop and look down at your knees, and you see the water has ripples and waves. And you wish that the water go completely still. So you look at the water and you repeat the word stillness. Stillness. Keep repeating this word as the water begins to go completely still. Stillness. Stillness. The water is now completely still, and you can see the reflection of your face in it as if it were a mirror. As you look ahead, the whole lake is completely still. You are now in pure stillness, with a mind empty and cleansed. And in this stillness, you now repeat the word silence. Silence. Keep repeating this word as you go completely silent. Silence. Silence. You are in pure stillness, pure silence. Your mind is empty and cleansed. And as you look ahead at this lake, you see its sparkles of the morning sun. And these sparkles are getting brighter and brighter as you focus on them. And their light begins to flow into your being, filling your being, filling every element of your being with bright, warm, loving light. This is the light of oneness. And you know that this lake leads to the ocean infinite. You pray and wish that its purity becomes the purity of your being, that its vastness and infinity leads you in your prayer to your Creator, who you wish to address in your prayer. You now start repeating the words of your prayer that you have chosen. I will use origin most merciful. You will use the words of prayer you have chosen. Origin most merciful. Origin most merciful. Origin most merciful. Keep repeating the words of prayer you have chosen with this soft, gentle, slow rhythm for a few moments. And you now stop repeating those words in your mind and go completely silent and await with calmness, openness, and patience to hear those words being recited from within you, from your soul. You will hear these words from the center of your chest, rising into your being, very soft, much softer than what you were reciting in your mind. Take a few moments and listen. I hope and I pray that you were able to hear the recitation of your prayer from within, from your soul. And if you weren't, keep practicing, and you will.